Well, that sucked. The Chicago Bulls lose 119-99 to the Dallas Mavericks. A lot of things that have been plaguing the Bulls, plague the Bulls once again. We're gonna talk about it, break it all down and more. But you know what we got to do? We got to play that intro first, man.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bulls Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bulls news and content.
What's going on, Bulls fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bulls Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. I'm the host here, Haize. More importantly, you guys can follow the channel at Bull Central Pod on every social media platform we happen to be on. With that said, let's go ahead and get into it for today. So the Bulls got their asses kicked by the Dallas Mavericks. The Bulls did not win a single quarter in this game. The closest they came is tying the fourth quarter, scoring 31 points when they scored 31 points, man. Hey, this is terrible. Terrible. No 20-point scorer in this game. Josh Giddey with 10, Nikola Vucevic with 14, Kobe White and Ayo Dosunmu were a collective 5 of 26 from the field. 5 of 26 from the field and 3 of 17 from three-point range. We need better than that. Better than that. Patrick Williams, who had a pretty solid first half, ends up doing nothing in the second half of this game, basically. Dalen Terry does score 10 points in this game. He goes 3-7 for 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. But what I'm labeling the lone bright spot in this game, and not to say that Dalen Terry and what he did wasn't good in this game as well. Dalen Terry played a really good game, especially Dalen Terry's injury. What the hell? Energy in this game was amazing to watch. Just Dalen Terry giving a lot of defensive energy today. But the star of the day was Modest Buzelis, a player who's barely been able to crack the rotation for the Chicago Bulls outside of getting less than 7 minutes. 23 minutes today for Modest Buzelis. He goes 4 of 9 from the field with 9 rebounds, 2 steals, 1 block, only 1 turnover, and 13 points. Modest Buzelis showed today why he deserves to be in the rotation. Is Billy Donovan going to wake up to it? That's a story for another game, another day. But Modest Buzelis played a big game today for what he's been able to do, being a lot more aggressive in today's game than what we've seen him before. And it really seemed like Modest Buzelis said, hey, listen, I'm just going to go play. And when a rookie gets to that point of just saying, I'm about to just go play my game, that's where you can start seeing the cooking. So 8 games into the season, 7 games into the season, or is it 8? I think it's 8. 8 games now into the season for the Chicago Bulls. Modest Buzelis has finally woken up, and Billy Donovan needs to wake the fuck up and play him more. Gotta play him more. You gotta play him more. You gotta get him together. If you're not doing that, then I don't know what to tell you about Billy Donovan and what he's looking at today. This is a game where Modest Buzelis showed you what a little bit of what he can do. And of course, still raw. Those type of things are out there. But to see Dalen Terry and Modest Buzelis have these type of games today, I think that was really important to see. And I know in the title, I got it as Modest Buzelis, the lone bright spot. You got to give it some to Dalen Terry as well. Like, Dalen guarded Luka at times in this game and did so okay. He guarded Kyrie at times in this game. Like, you got to give up credit for the way that 2 young guys, Modest Buzelis and Dalen Terry, 2 of the rawest guys on the court, really came out and performed today for the Chicago Bulls. We got some garbage time from Chris Duarte and Javon Carter, who both those guys are the human white flags for the Chicago Bulls. When you see these guys check in, it means the game's over with. That's what it means. So I don't care about Chris Duarte having 7 points or Jalen Carter having 5 points. Nobody gives a fuck about that. All right, Javon Carter, nobody cares because they did it in garbage time. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So I'm not trying to hear nobody talk about what Chris Duarte did in his 8 minutes because Chris Duarte was out there in absolute garbage time and he was just getting up shots. So we're not even going to entertain that bullshit. But in this game on the flip side, Luka with 27 points, Kyrie with 17, Daniel Gafford with 17 points. The Bulls overall in this game just got beaten in a lot of the energy areas. And this is something that we talked about with this Bulls team before. Despite the Bulls out-rebounding the Dallas Mavericks by 4 in this game, you look at it. The Dallas Mavericks had 28 points off turnovers, only 13 for the Chicago Bulls. It's really hard to win a game like that. The Dallas Mavericks had 12 second chance points. They had 21 fast break points. They had 60 points in the paint. Another game where the Bulls give up over 50 points in the paint. You're not going to win in that way. You're not going to win in a case like that. And so the Bulls failed in a lot of areas today that mattered. And they ended up losing this game, and it's deservingly so. The Bulls play like absolute garbage today. They look unprepared scheme wise. This looks very much like a Billy Donovan coach game. They didn't look prepared scheme wise. They didn't look prepared at all. And when the Dallas Mavericks came out with energy, much like we've seen the Chicago Bulls do, they got punched in the face and didn't know what to do. The Bulls gave up 56 first half points in this game. 56. Another double-digit deficit. And so when the Bulls do that, they're not going to win games. They're not going to win games. It is what it is. They're not going to win games. It is what it is. You got it right the first time, Haize. We're developing and growing. Yeah, I mean, listen, and that's cool. That's great to see, like, to see Dalen have the game that he had, to see Buzelis have the game that he had. Julian Phillips went 4 or 5 from the field as well with 15 minutes. To see these guys play and get those minutes, that's really good. But the Bulls still got smacked in the fucking face. Like, let's just be clear here. They got smacked early and they said, yes, sir. That's what they said to the Dallas Mavericks. Love Buzelis play tonight, but I'm pretty sure the only reason he got extended minutes was because Billy already wrote it. No, I won't say that because he got minutes. He got more minutes than what he got in any other game in this by the second quarter, and the Bulls are still putting up things. So, of course, in the second half, he's going to play more, and that is the thing. But I'm going to err on the side of optimism. That doesn't always work out for me, but we're going to err on the side of optimism, in my opinion. But I hear what you're saying, Camille. You could very well be right. There was a point in the second half where Dallas was over the game and just chucking up shots. Facts. 100%. Teams know the Bulls are now and will continue to expose them until some major changes. In facts, like when you're averaging giving up almost 60 points in the paint, like it's hard to overcome that. Like teams are going to know that they can get those easy buckets. And unfortunately, it worked in the Mavericks' favor today. So Nikola Vucevic would have had a big game if Billy Donovan would have went to him early on in the game and could have kept us in the game. Nah, it's going to take more than Nikola Vucevic in a game like this. Vuce played well, but you're going to need more than that. When you have Kobe and Io going a collective 5 of 26, it's going to be hard on that regardless. Not going to lie, Io is solid, but y'all be treating him like he's finna be Deron Williams out there. That's not his style. He's more Leandro Barbosa. That's crazy. That's wild. CNI says, love seeing Dalen tonight. I've been through tough on the kid, but I see growth. Modest looks like he's coming along. Hey, this is definitely Modest's best game. This is one of those games that really piss you off because not that I'm saying we should have won this game, but this is a game where you lose because of stupid decisions. Yeah, stupid decisions and lack of execution. Another 22 turnover game for the Chicago Bulls. It's hard to win like that. It's very hard to win like that. Jose says, I'm taking the under on the 27 wins for the season. When do we foresee Billy Donovan getting fired? Does it even happen this season? Listen, I've told you guys before, Billy Donovan is probably going to be with the Chicago Bulls for a long time. He's one of Jerry's guys at this point. That doesn't mean he can't phase out of being the head coach, but prepare to see Billy Donovan around the franchise for a very long time. Very long time. This is the only goals to show how far away we are from competing. Levine would not have saved us. I mean, it would have been a completely different complexity of the game had Levine been in there. So I won't say he's going to save us, but Levine's locked in on defense. He's playing really efficient offense. So it would have been a completely different complexity. But also, you wouldn't have got some minutes from some of the other guys. So See Neil from C Red in the building. Shout out to Neil from C Red, man. DT had a solid enough game and a really poor team performance. Yeah, I mean, listen, Dalen Terry was not the problem today, right? So that's something to be said about Dalen. He was not the problem today. Dalen went out there and he gave energy. He gave a lot of energy today. A lot of solid defensive rotations when it came down to it as well. Got to give him credit for that. Ion Dalen offense is the main reason why we suck. Defense is good, though. Well, Dalen played pretty good offense today. I mean, yeah, 3 for 7 is not the greatest It's not terrible percentage, right? It puts you around 40 something percent. He went 3 or 4 from the free throw line. He got 10 points. Like Dalen Terry's offense was pretty good today, in my opinion. DT is Robin's long lost son. His game is a little different, but his attitude, aggression, and the way he moves is reminiscent. Phase 2. All black people don't look alike, Joe. All black people don't look alike there, my boy. Unacceptable that Billy isn't playing Chris Duarte, who is the main piece attained in the DeRozan trade. Unacceptable. Yeah, fuck Chris Duarte. That's all I got to say. Duarte should not get minutes because he cannot shoot. I hate when people really think that play. Like, let's go over Chris Duarte's career shooting splits. He's a career 40% shooter from the field. That's not good, especially not as a guard. He's a career 39% shooter from 3-point range. He can shoot? No. He had a hot moment in garbage time. Chris Duarte ain't that. The Bulls just suck so bad. I was hopeful now how the season was going to pan out, but I guess I was wrong. Well, I mean, and that's the thing, right? That's why when the Bulls, and this is basically the same thing I did when the Bulls in Lonzo's first season here, when after that 9-game winning streak, I was like, hey, this ain't sustainable. And Bulls fans were like, Haize, you're crazy. I didn't say that this time. I asked, is it sustainable? And people were like, yeah, it's sustainable. Yeah, look at it. We're shooting. You're giving up 60 points in the paint. Yeah, it's not good. It's yeah, no. Start of of a domino effect could very well be. Could very well be. Alex Larez, even though it still sucks to see us lose in this fashion, I don't really feel a way about it because I'm more so looking for player development first and foremost. And that's what I said coming into the season as well. That was over on Locked On Bulls, but I said, listen, I have no expectations this season. None. Now, I did also say, hey, let's see where we are in mid to late November, and maybe I'll change my expectation. But the way that it's looking right now, that expectation that I had of 30 to 34 wins, that looked like I may have overstated it some. This Bulls team is the defense. It's not just the defense is bad, right? It's where the defense is bad at. We're giving up 60 points in the paint. Those are efficient shots. And where we're scoring at is we're not getting good. We're at bottom of the league in free throw rate. We're at bottom of the league in points in the paint. We're as far as us scoring. So like where the Bulls were successful at in their 3 wins, it's just not sustainable. Now there are going to be some games where the Bulls offense looks great. There's going to be some games where the Bulls cannot miss and they just shoot themselves in the wins, right? But that's not sustainable. It's not sustainable. Besides Vooch, the starting lineup was settling, looking for threes, looked stagnant offensively, and being lazy with the basketball. The bench brought good energy, but Billy didn't have the team prepared tonight. Facts, 100%. 100%. Jerry needs to sell the Bull. It's never going to happen. I'm telling y'all right now, it's never going to happen. Hope this beatdown gives the front office a serious reality check and forces them to stop riding the fence and what the goal of this season should really be about. Wake up. This one loss isn't going to do it. I don't think the Bulls will really be woken up until if the Bulls, let's just look at the Bulls schedule real quick, right? Because this schedule is ugly. And the Bulls could very well lose 5 to 8 games in a row. I just want to be clear. Let's just look at the schedule. So we're in the midst right now of a 3-game losing streak. Minnesota, we could lose. Atlanta, we could lose. Cleveland, we could lose. New York, we could lose. Cleveland again, we could lose. Houston, we could lose. That takes us to November 18th against the Detroit Pistons. And then we got the Milwaukee Bucks 2 days after that. The Bulls could win those 2 games. Now, I'm not saying that they won't win any of those games. We could win against Atlanta, but we know that, and I think Atlanta has been playing pretty well here recently. Let's see. They've won 2 out of their last 3 after losing 4 in a row. They're starting to maybe turn the corner, right? Like when you lose to Utah and Brooklyn, you could lose against anybody. Like we're realistically talking about the Bulls possibly getting into a double-digit losing streak. That's a realistic possibility for this team. That's crazy. That's crazy. Haize, what do you think will fix the interior D? Honestly, DJ Reese B, I don't see it happening on this team. Like, even if you go with, like, we just don't have it. Jalen Smith is not a good on-ball defender. Vooch is having his best defensive season, and it's still not great, right? I honestly don't think we have the personnel to guard the paint well. I just don't. I don't. Bulls Daily, 60 points in the paint. That's most teams' bread and butter. Facts. Like, if you look at a team and you tell a team you're going to go out there and you're going to get 50 to 60 points in the paint, I guarantee you that team says, bet, we can make enough threes and get to the free throw line to close that gap. We're going to win this game. That just is what it is, especially when the other team, we're averaging like 28 points in the paint. So teams are almost doubling up on us as far as the amount of points in the paint that we're allowing. It's going to get killed. It's going to get killed. We may not have the personnel to run this fast-paced, shoot the three style of the play. I mean, yeah, it is what it is. Haize, we're not winning that Detroit game. There you go. The Bulls could really realistically lose 6 of the next 7 games, and they can lose all 7 of them. That would put the Bulls at a 10-game losing streak. My thing is this: if by the end of November you have a 10-game losing streak under you, trade Vooch now, whatever it is, trade Torrey Craig to the highest bidder, and just at that point, just embrace the tank. Embrace the tank at that point. Haize, are you hopeful this season for or losing hope a bit? I'm losing hope unless they make change again before the. Well, let's be clear. I never had hope for this season. I predicted this team would win 30 to 34 games. I didn't have hope for the season. Now, the development part of it, yeah, I got a lot of hope for that. And that's probably the thing that is the most guaranteed is some development done on this team. But other than that, listen, we'll see where we're gonna be. Kobe and Io shot horribly. Period. Yeah, facts. 5 of 26 combined between the two of them. That ain't gonna cut it. You need better from those players. You need better from the two guys that almost led your team down the stretch of last season. You need better from those guys. You deserve better from those guys. So, yeah, absolutely. It's a major fail. Like, and Kobe again with the inconsistency, man. Kobe White has to fix the inconsistency if he really truly wants to take his game to the next level. That just is what it is. There's no way around that. If Kobe White wants to take his game to the next level, he has to be a more consistent player. And if he's not going to be that, it's going to be ugly. If he's not going to be that, it's going to be extremely ugly for this team to win basketball games. And so you really got to ask yourself, like, this team really got to look at themselves and you know, let me not even say the team. AK really has to look at this team and ask himself, what really are you accomplishing with this team? What's the realistic things that you can accomplish with this team, right? Because making a play-in, we've already been there. That's not a goal. That should not. Let me not say it's not because I don't know. That should not be a goal for this team. Making the play-in should not be the goal with this team. Because we've done that. What has that gotten us, right? Now, it would be different if it was all young players, but while you still got players like Nikola Vucevic and Zach LaVine and them playing as good as they are, making the play-in don't mean shit. It has to be more than that. It has to be more than that. And so if that's what we're saying right now is the biggest chance of a goal for this team, then what the fuck are we doing here? And that's where it gets to AK. And again, like I tweeted this out. Maybe AK is just being masterful with this. Maybe AK knew that this team was going to be bad. He sold the team on hope to sell season tickets because he got the season ticket holders are in there, right? And then now he's like, all right, bet. Now we can go ahead and be bad so we can get Cooper Flag, Malik, whoever it's going to be, Hugo Gonzalez. We can get one of those guys, and then we can really start trying to build something with the squad. That very well could be what the plan really is. So, hey, if AK pulled one over on season ticket holders, haha, I'm broke. I didn't pay for season tickets. So you ain't got shit on me. But maybe you got shit on some other people. But yeah, this is ugly. This is ugly. It continues to be ugly. I mean, and that just is what it is at this point in time. Like, I hate to say it and sound like that, but like ultimately, like the best, and that's why I said the best thing that came out of this game is Dalen Terry's defense and the fact that Modest Buzelis reminded everybody, oh no, I definitely can be an NBA player, right? And hopefully that reminded Billy Donovan of that as well. Now, maybe they're looking at that and saying we don't need Modest Buzelis to be this year's Nikola Mirotic, and it ends up ruining our draft prospects. Maybe that's the case. But I mean, if you're just looking at his play and his performance, listen, Modest Buzelis is showing he's ready for minutes. And that's one of the best case scenarios that could have happened out of this is Modest Buzelis showing, hey, I'm ready for some minutes. Stop giving me these 5-6 minutes, fucking Billy Donovan. Stop being a coward and play me. Right? Stop being a coward. Billy Donovan, you bitch ass motherfucker, play me. That's basically what Modest Buzelis said with this performance today. Is you motherfucker. Put me in the goddamn game, you bitch ass, gum chewing ass bastard. Put me in the game, coach. And hopefully Billy Donovan realizes it, man. Because I'll tell you what, if you can get away from this season with developing Modest Buzelis, that's exactly what you want and need to see. So, that's my thought process on it at least. And we'll see what it's going to be. We'll see what it's going to be. We have all guards but can't control the ball, LOL, and too small to defend anybody. We need to change personnel and coaching. Listen, I'm not saying you're wrong, but I'm telling you right now, Billy Donovan ain't going nowhere no time soon. The moment that and y'all can go back and look at it. It was 3 years ago at this point when Billy Donovan was in that press conference and people asked, what's your relationship like with Bulls ownership? And his response was, oh, I talk to Jerry Reinsdorf every day. My literal response was a face palm and saying, oh, this motherfucker's never leaving. Keep in mind, John Paxson is still on the Bulls payroll. He's still on the Bulls payroll because he's one of Jerry Reinsdorf's guys. Doug Collins was still on the payroll up until last year. That's what happens when you're one of Billy Donovan's guys. You stay in the franchise for forever. They ain't going nowhere. They're not going nowhere. Billy Donovan is going to be here for a long time. For a long time. Now, he may not be the coach that whole time, but just know you're going to be seeing Billy Donovan's face in the Chicago Bulls franchise for a long time. Witten's probably somewhere pulling out. Now, Witten doesn't have any hair, I don't think. I don't know what he's pulling out. Pause. Hair. He's probably pulling out his eyelashes. To be honest, I lost confidence when they lost the Jazz game. Told us everything we need to know about them. I know a few players like Levine wasn't playing, but still unacceptable. Hey, listen, I can understand where you're coming from with that. I can understand where you're coming from. Better for the team to move on Donovan and let Wes Unseld take over. Why? It's going to be the same result. You're going to lose games. Just shows if we trade Vooch and Zach, we'll be 25-win team, which wouldn't be bad, but could snag Cooper Flag, and that would be ideal. Listen, I'm telling y'all right now. I've said this before, and this is 100% my PTSD. So I want to be clear here. This is not me trying to have some deep thought analysis. This ain't that. This is pure PTSD. If the Bulls draft Cooper Flag, he's going to be a bust. That's just my PTSD. It would be the Bulls' luck to draft Cooper Flag and him like have some type of crazy injury in his third year. Like I just don't trust it. I don't trust it. Now, don't get me wrong. If the Bulls do draft Cooper Flag, I'm going to be the first one there, fist pumping, high-fiving everybody. I'm going to be excited. But then after about 48 hours, I'm going to sit there and be like, fuck, the Bulls. The Bulls are going to bull. That's exactly what I'd be sitting there saying. So, it is what it is when it comes down to it. Walter in the building says this team is fucked, but who really believed this team was going somewhere this year? Facts, right? For the Bulls fans that were saying this, oh my God, the Bulls are going to win 41 games. And I was like, this team? 41 games? This team? Okay. Hey, if you like it, I love it, is all I can say. I hope someone from the Bulls organization tuning into your channel and taking. No, they're not. Because listen, I've been going off on the Bulls for years. For years. 4 years. It's very sad for all Chicago fans. Our teams fucking suck. The best city in the world. I mean, listen, it is what it is, man. Newsflash, people, unless it's generational talent, high pixel usually don't pan out. High pixel? High pixel, Shay. Shay, high pixel. I don't get paid enough for this shit. I don't get paid enough for this shit. High pixel, Shay. High pixel. High picks usually don't pan out to be great players. Then we learn from Patrick Williams and Wiseman. I mean, for every that, there's a Luka Doncic, there's a Derrick Rose, like there's a Joel Embiid. So like, you just got to get the right guy. You just got to get the right guy. Would flag fit our system? Who do you think would help elevate our? First of all, this is the first year of the system, and I don't. This isn't me cursing you out, DJ Reese B. Fuck that system. Like that's real talk. It's not like we've had success with the system. I don't give a fuck if anybody, you go and get the best talent. Change the fucking system. Our system. Fuck the system. Fuck the system. Does Billy Donovan hang around as head coach if this season goes bad, as we expect it to be? No clear direction of the team's future. We'll see, my boy. We will see. We will see. Tomorrow won't be any different with Zach playing, with Io struggling, and Kobe's inconsistencies. The team is going nowhere. Depends on where you want him to go. Dude, I'm trying to multitask and I'm typing and looking at something at the same time. I'm not thinking about spelling after this loss. I don't care. Well, think about it, Shay. Think about it. This is the development year for the Bulls. I just want to see effort for every game. I feel that. I feel that. Once someone takes their glasses off and rubs their face, it's time to log off. Oh, man. Shay, stop commenting because every time you comment, you piss. Hey, listen, no, Shay. Listen, Shay's I love Shay. Like, Shay's my little brother. Shay knows I love him. All jokes aside, like, Shay's one of the few people that Shay could call me and be like, "Haize, there's smoke in the city." I'd be like, "All right, bet. I'm there. Don't worry about it. I'm rolling up." But Shay's typos be driving me crazy, bro. Shay's typos be driving me crazy, but I love Shay. Never anything but like I love Shay, man. Flag, Modest, Giddy, everyone else can go. No, fuck that. Like I'm sorry, I'm gonna tell you right now, B minor. What that system, what that 3 players core is gonna get you, you'll be in the lottery for the next 5 years. There's not enough spacing. You need some more spacing. Like that's doubling down on the system at that point in time. But the system though. Players fuck up too. My spelling can be off times and your pronunciation can be off at times. It is what it is. We family. Listen, fuck you. How about that, Shay? If we end up on full tank mode, I'd rather get like a second or third pick just to take the pressure out of getting a bust. Guy, oh, listen, if you draft in the top 5, there's no pressure off getting a bust. You can still get a bust. If we follow the youth development lane the team has chosen, we will feel like this after most of the games. It's just what we're doing. Hope to see. No, that's not true. Because you can develop and still play. Like this isn't about just winning or losing. It's how the Bulls are losing, right? That's the thing. It's not just about that. People aren't just frustrated because the Bulls are losing. People are frustrated because the Bulls are giving up the middle like they're fucking Tiana Trump. Like just wide open in the paint, wide open hole. Like, it's just there. Like, it's just wide open. Like I said, Tiana Taylor, Beauty Dior, Sky Black, just wide open hole. Just giving it right in the back door. That's what the Bulls are giving up, just right in the back door every day, every single day, every single day. Just boom, right in that motherfucker. Donkey punch. That's you know what? That's what the Bulls scheme is. Getting donkey punched night after night. That's what it is. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. The system of Donovan doesn't fit the young. No, that's just wrong. The system actually fits. We just don't execute the system very well. All jokes aside, let's take this one game at a time. Who's in front of us and try to get wins. And hey, we could be back on track. We're only 2 games behind when it comes to 500. It's still very early. Still very early. Still very early. You're absolutely right on that. How can every other team in the NBA, such as Milwaukee, Los Angeles, New York, can have multiple stars on the team, but not us? Because they bought them? Are they drafted well? That's what it comes down to. Who would win a fight between Matt Eberflus and Billy Donovan? That's a great question. Listen, Matt Eberflus seems like the person who'd be like, hey, we can talk about this. Like you punch him in the face, he'd be like, hey, man, we can really talk about this. It's okay. Billy Donovan, make no mistake, Billy Donovan's from New York. Billy Donovan's throwing hands, bro. I bet you Billy Donovan's been in a few fights in his life. I don't think Matt Eberflus ever been in a fight in his life. What's up with the system talk? Fuck the system. If people only expect Bulls to play one system and win games, y'all crazy. Bulls need to adapt to whomever the team play and hit shots and cut. Well, no, you still need to have a system. That's not a system. Yeah, you need to adapt, but you still have a system to default on. So, damn, I didn't know I was gonna hear my top 5 porn stars on here tonight. Gotta take us. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's wild. That's wild. Minus equal P. Will's points in one game in less minutes. No, that doesn't mean. Come on, y'all got to be smarter about basketball than this. It's not all about scoring points. Oh my Jesus Christ! Chris Duarte also equal Josh Giddey's points. So should Chris Duarte be starting over Josh Giddey? No. What are we? You know what? You know what? You know what? That's it. That did it. That did it. We're gonna go ahead and get through the rest of these comments. We're gonna go ahead and wrap this on up. We're gonna go ahead and wrap this on up. Um, Yeah, because he did get robbed of Most Improved Player of the Year award. See, this is when people start saying dumb shit, and it's always people with blank profiles. First of all, now you already see I'm in a bad mood. So now you can be the scapegoat today. There you go. You actually saved Shay because I was gonna actually roast Shay on my way out of here. So Ruck Steers, first of all, that sounds like you're tooting your booty up for grown men to come and smack you on your ass. That's what your profile name sounds like. Secondly, shut the fuck up. How about that? Just shut the entire fuck up and go worry about why the fact that nobody loves you in your life. Worry about the last time that you kissed a girl on the lips. It was after she took a face shot from a real man. How about you worry about that? That's what you need to worry about. I'm tired of the dumbasses coming in here with dumb shit. Shut the fuck up and go worry about the fact of why you're made from leftover DNA. You got 5 daddies because that's how many people came in your mama within a 24-hour time period. Go and worry about that. All right? Now, come on now. You didn't even have to get roasted like that. You really could have just shut the fuck up. I was really about to roast Shay friendly, but now I don't have to be friendly about it. Shut up. Okay? You out here sounding like you was the Booty Warriors bottom bitch in prison. Shut the fuck up. Okay? That's what you need to do. All right, thank you. We appreciate you for that. Thank you for taking the bullet for the team. We really appreciate you for that. All right, now we can get back to the analysis. I think we're going to get it together. I feel better now. See, that was better than Woosah. I actually feel a lot better now. I think we're going to get it together. Modest will get more minutes and play like he did tonight. We're going to have a solid bench for sure. Terry's been better the last 2 games, and his defensive energy is great. Listen, Dalen Terry's defensive motor is ridiculous. It's honestly ridiculous, man. So, you got to, Dalen Terry really has a lane in which he can really help this team out. Starting to feel like the Bulls front office jobs are the end of the road for the execs, and why are they stuck with incompetent front office personnel for so long? I mean, listen, but maybe this was masterful. If the plan was to keep your pick, maybe it was masterful. Like I said, they ended up selling season tickets on hope, and they knew all along this team was going to suck ass. They knew that, right? So maybe that's the case. Y'all done pissed this man off, and now he about to go ham straight open season on these fools. Listen, leftover. I'm telling you, like this is. It's always something of why people's brains don't quite work right. Like you cannot be an intelligent basketball watcher when your DNA is literally like you are the product of 5 different men's ejaculate. Like you just can't. Like there's too much going on in that point in time. Like it's too much. Losing brain cells after every loss. Pray for us. That's crazy. Haize using stupid people as a stress reliever. Gotta love. Hey, listen, I feel a lot better now. I honestly feel a lot better. I was about to text C-Dub and be like, hey, man, we could just do Locked On Bulls tomorrow. Now, I feel a lot fucking better. Like that really did help me. Listen, this is why I'm called Petty Roosevelt. I actually get energized off petty energy. And so now I feel like me again. It's amazing. It's really amazing. It's crazy. It's crazy. So, Shay, they're 2 games below 500 right now, but their upcoming schedule will put them 10 games away from 500. That's crazy. Terry's defense is superb, but needs to develop his shooting. That's a fact. Like, we all know that the shooting is the thing that needs to be developed for Dalen Terry, for sure. Sisyphus talk begins again. I mean, listen. Are we ever going to escape the Sisyphus talk? Like, this team is Sisyphus. It just is what it is when it comes down to it, man. It is what it is. Man, I feel a lot better. That's crazy. I actually feel a lot better. You know what? I got to go back. Ruckster, shout out to him. He may toot that booty up for grown-ass men, bro, but like, hey, you just gave me the energy I needed to finish the rest of the night. I appreciate you for that. I really appreciate you for that. People often starting to get more consistent. Calm down, y'all. A lot of season left. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Haize, how would a Duarte and JC interview? Listen, bro. If I got to interview, first of all, I wouldn't. Chris Duarte is just a bad basketball player. I hate Javon Carter. I literally hate Javon Carter. Part of it's my own fault. But if I interview Javon Carter, I'd be like, hey, man, listen, Javon, I just got, I appreciate you sitting down here with Chicago Bulls Central. I got one question for you. Like, you made a big deal about coming back to the city that you grew up in to play basketball for the Chicago Bulls. Why do you fucking suck? Like, why do you suck? Why did you choose to come back home after giving cheeseheads in Milwaukee some really good two-way basketball? Why did you come to the city and suck? Do you hate your city that much? What is it about you and your big-ass-eyed wife to where you just decided to come home and suck? Why did you do that? Why did you do that? That's the question I would ask. That's the question that I would ask. So, it's just, Chris Duarte, I just asked Chris Duarte, man, do your mama make fire tamales, bro? Like, listen, I haven't had a good tamale in a minute. I think the last time I had a good tamale was at Bulls Fest, the first one in 2022. Like, I know Chris Duarte mama looked like she makes some fire tamales. Like, she just looked like, and that Roja sauce, I just know that mug's on point. I know it's on point. So that's all I'd ask. That's all I'd ask. At that point, that's all I'd ask, man. So, it is what it is when that comes down to it. But all right, y'all, man, I appreciate you guys so much. I'm going to get ready to go do Locked On Bulls. Thank you guys for tuning in and dealing with my nonsense and my craziness. Make sure you guys are following the show at Bull Central Pod. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, bullcentralpod@gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text message and our voicemail for the mailbag, the number to do so, 773-270-2799. We're the number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related, but that's thanks to you, lovely and beautiful people. Love you guys. Go Bulls. See red. I'll see y'all tomorrow morning. Peace, y'all. Oh, wait, it's a game day again tomorrow morning. We got to do this 2 days in a row. Hey, prayers up. Prayers up. Pray for me. Love you guys. Peace, y'all.
Presentation of the Break Media.